Hi, Scorpio. Good morning. My goodness. We are going to do your 2022 inner and outer reflections. Just a glimpse of what Jehovah wants to tell you, show you what he can see, and he loves to show his children what's going to happen before it happens. So we're going to use a few different decks here. This will be your inner reflections, and this will be your outer reflections. We are going to pull some chakra cards in between that, and then we are also going to wrap it up with a different tarot deck just for some outcomes, some victory, some extra hidden messages just in case. So Jehovah, let's start with Scorpio, please, Lord. Scorpio's inner reflections 2022, just a quick glimpse. Overall, just a piece of the pie, just the top of it, just the crust. Is there a card there that's flipped over already? I'm literally seeing the top of the crust being flipped over while there might have been a card like that. Weird. Things are changing and flipping over for you, Scorpio. Things are going to be dying off and rebirthing anew. Yeah, I felt that release, Lord. Thank you. All right, Jehovah. Scorpio, outer reflections now. Outer reflections now, Lord. Thank you. There we go. All right, Scorpio. Let's get started here. Now, this inner reflections here. Whoa. Okay, Lord, I'll get to that in just a second. Right now, I'm doing inner. Yeah, you know, I kind of felt that because I saw this Nine of Wands, which is over here with the outer reflections. And you know me, I'm going to look at either or together. Before we get to that, though, over here is this Queen of Wands here. And this is exactly where you're kind of sitting at. And I love that so much, Scorpio. You're sitting in this new, fresh, feminine energy because you're finally able to balance yourself. Right here on the bottom of the deck is the Page of Pentacles. And you're really seeing now what you have to offer yourself. Also, being stuck in this Queen of Wands energy, though, there's a lot of trauma, a lot of toxic negativity, disaster that you're leaving behind, not only from the inside out, but the outside in, too. Queen of Wands, a lot of the time, is a divine counterpart that's just never been able to be successful with anybody, with the one person that matters. Queen of Wands is also clarified in my cards as the other woman a lot of the time, too. 2, and that balance for 2022 is this other woman coming up into you is realizing during the spiritual awakening that 2022 is going to finish bringing to you, or it will begin to happen for you, is you're going to see that this other woman inside of you, whether you are feminine looking at me right now or masculine, we have these feminine properties inside of our electrical imbalances and balances here, our protons, neutrons, electrons, all of those that need to be able to mesh and fuse physiologically to be able to put you on that right path, to bring in good for you that's deserving. Anything that's blocking you in your way is all of those toxic low ions that are continuing to brew inside of your tower there. And there's a little fly right there. A little fly? What the heck? 311. Fly. Like a little fly on the wall, you little spy. That's funny too, because Page of Pentacles, that could be a spy there, and that could be someone, an earth sign, who's possibly trying to come in and offer you some more. If you're Queen of Wands, your earth sign here could be your twin flame, your divine counterpart, your soulmate, your great white buffalo, the one that got away, and it's right here for you as well. So if you're just looking at your Queen of Wands viewpoint, you're also seeing, okay, I have my own healthy, young, and maturing masculine energy to come in and offer me as I build upon this Queen of Wands, to build my King of Wands, to be able to therefore reproduce and start over as I'm still fuming in my wands, positively producing this energy to start over into my twos, my truths, okay? Wands are ones, swords, truths are twos, cups are threes, and our pentacles are fours, 411 there. And you have pentacles right here. Ooh, look at, and Two of Pentacles is trying to sneak out there, Lord. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, we've already been teeter-tottering this, really. Look at, we've already been seeing. Okay, one side of this pentacle is that, okay, I was very, very toxic. I needed to change. I'm my own enemy. There's a lot of bullshit inside of me that needs to be fixed. Then there's also that other part of that pentacle where you were always made the other woman. And this person, you know, is going to continue making you feel that way as long as you allow yourself to continue feeling that way. Now let's go back to that other pentacle, and when things start to shift around, you're going to be able to offer yourself what you've always wanted, because you're finally going to see that love, that passionate feeling inside of you, instead of that guilt and that shame and that abandonment, not ever feeling good enough. Okay, so then what else is going to change is that when you start to feel that way, and now you're having this process of changing this reflection of what happened between your twin flame here, your divine counterpart, or whichever, you're going to see that, okay, this happened, so this could happen. And if this didn't happen, then this couldn't happen. You know, there's so many good things coming this way within this healing. And it's like you weren't supposed to be there in the first place. You decided within your free will, which you thought you were in control when really you're not. And now you got heartbroken and you got hurt, and you have all this wisdom and knowledge and perception to gain, instead of this sadness and grief and cold and depressives, right? However, what's going on is that now you're seeing it like, oh, I wasn't supposed to be there in the first place, but the Lord is still abundantly blessing me. The Lord is still allowing me to change, and the Lord is still giving me a new opportunity. The Lord is still allowing me to see what was bad and now what is good. The Lord is still offering me a new chance here, which is a change no matter what, right? Let's see. So that Two of Pentacles was on there too. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. I love this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Nine of Wands. Once again, you're in that revolving door of 9 wands, 9 wands, 911, 9111, 9111. You know what 911 means in the angelic spiritual numbers? Is that Jesus is with you and around you. And hell yeah, he is. Because look at it. If you cannot continue to have the 611, if you cannot continue to have a bond formed to make it a 10, to reproduce feminine wise and masculine wise, to be able to have the joint energies to reproduce, just like a sperm finding an egg, you're never going to be able to close that toxic wounded warrior phase, that revolving door, like when Buddy the elf goes through and he's like, wow, and the glass just keeps going and going and going and going, and then eventually you're going to barf on one window, but that's going to stink up the whole entire thing. Like, you're just going through it. You're not able to connect properly how you should be here. Okay. And honestly, I want to show you something. The Lord wants me to show you something here. Okay. I see what you're doing here, Lord. 91111. I get it. Okay. So before we talk about the rest of that card there, and then we're going to move on to the outer reflections here, honey. Look at this 9 card. Okay. Look at this. Here's the 4 of Wands on one side, your masculine. Here's the 4 of Wands on the other side, your feminine. Now here's this. Now this is the start of your middle pillar here, your spirit, your soul, 7-11 there, but it has nowhere to connect because it's negative for 1, and it's going to continue negatively producing inside of itself instead of popping that seal off and going poof and able to reproduce some more. So now what happens when that 10 of Wands comes into place? Okay, what's going on is that you are going to expand as this is continually stacking. So this one is still going to be here within this 10, which is actually going to be 11. 1, 2, and 3. There's that spectrum, that triangle right there by way of Gematria. But we don't see that, and we don't understand that because that's not how we're taught. So now, when this 10 of Wands comes in, you have this one here as well, which makes your whole Star of David right here with this middle star here. I wish I had something that I could erase off of this, because I'm not doing that to this deck, but I'm doing it to another deck, and it is beautiful. So stay tuned for that deck to be released. However, what's going to happen is that this is still going to technically be there as it's separating out and dividing and producing more to make that 2 here and not just the 1. Okay, so right now what's going on is that you are stuck. You are stuck in between, able to be reproducing up and out. It just continues to go out and in. Okay, out and in, which is right here, this 2 of Wands. Okay, this 2 of Wands comes in to change all of this. This now 9 of Wands, it's going to have the power of this 2 of Wands, this new spiritual start, because it's going to help you beat in and come through this. Okay, the desiring, the manifestation of having this be brought in is what's going to happen right here to make that 11, that fresh air, that justice, that balance of masculine and feminine energy by way of that. Now, this is happening because this 6 of Pentacles energy is coming in, because your elements are starting to change when you realize that you have more to offer yourself healthily. Okay, and this is just on the inside for right now. It doesn't even matter what happens on the outside, because your 5D has to change and be able to produce positively, to manifest positively out by way of your projector here. Okay, right here. Shut up, Lord. You brought out 9 of Wands here while he had 9 of Wands here, and I told you guys that, and 911 was just there. Thank you, Lord. Scorpio, do you not see how divinely guided this is and how much Lord wants to offer you? And look at, there's that Judgment card right there. Yeah, you're starting to take personal accountability, which is going to continue to reproduce as you give yourself this equal balance of give and take, because your worth is finally coming in, Scorpio. This death and rebirth within you is going to show you just how much how valuable you are, and you're going to just all of a sudden see it. It's going to click, and you're going to start to reproduce, because not only did you have that 6 of Pentacles with that 2 of Wands, you also have that Ace of Wands. So the Lord is bringing you in 10, 11, 12, therefore leading you to this Queen of Wands. Isn't that beautiful? What goes around comes around, Scorpio, and it is coming. He's showing you how he is taking you and he's disintegrated you down, so you can see that you needed to make this jump right here, to continue making this jump right there, to come back to this Queen of Wands in the good, healthy, constructive way, to be able to bring those truths in, which will happen by way of those 2s. 10, 11, death and rebirth right there. Wow, Scorpio, that is beyond beautiful here, and I am so damn proud of you, because it's been so difficult. It's been so difficult to be more powerful than the negative energy inside of you here. And if you're the other side of the screen looking at me like, what the fuck did she just say? Welcome to 2022, and I really hope that you use your free will and God's will within you to understand that all of this is happening so you can heal. Okay, let's see what this outer reflection card is. So if things start to change on the inside of you and start to fruitful your tree out this way by way of your third eye, your projector, what's going to happen? Yeah, see, look at this. Thank you, Lord. So coming in this low vibrations and this manipulation of this low energy, and that's what the negative moon will do. But this positive moon is up because you've allowed it to be friends with you. You came home to this feminine side, the fear of this low toxic ions, these low emotions that kept continuing to hold you down. Okay, there's motherly line here. There's maternal traumas that maybe needed to be fixed. The Queen of Wands could definitely be the other woman in the sense of you were never good enough for your mama. 1111 just passed there. You were never good enough for your mama. You were always the black sheep. You were always a competition for her, you know, along those lines. I'm picking that up too because it's very, very low energy here. Your mama also might be a fire sign. So there's just there, because Queen of Wands is also the first reflection of that Queen of Pentacles within that Empress energy, which is also your mama. So there's just, you know, a lot of that feminine side within you comes from your mom, and you need to be able to be friends with it and understand it and accept it for it to work with you and not against you. And if you have both sides of you working against each other, no wonder you're imbalanced, right? Which is why that 9 needed to be completed, okay? You need to face that judgment within your feminine side, okay? And look at this right now. Here comes in that Page of Swords, that truth. Right, already you have the Page of Pentacles here to offer you everything that's elementally going to balance you between your fire, air, earth, and water. You're balancing your fire within 2022 to lead up into your 2s here. And look at that Page of Pentacles on this deck. Shut up, Lord. Yeah, look at that. He's like, I told you, I told you, I told you. It just continues to come back around. I'm just showing you how you are allowing your energy to work. And look at that, 7 of Cups and 9 of Cups. Yeah, the last, well, let's do 4 or 5 more. 10 of Swords. Look at that, 10 of Wands to be beaten out by that 10 of Swords, to come in and bring all of these cups now, to then come into this High Priestess energy. Yeah, that's beautiful, Scorpio. Wow, because your Wands is going to bring in the truth in the 2s, which is your High Priestess. So right now you're in your Magician energy, being able to manifest properly and powerfully, positively, to be able to move you on and reconfigure you and your energy here to bring you that Queen of Wands, and then the Swords, which are all right up in here when you take in that truth, which is right here confirming the Moon card. Okay, and then you have Cups here. You have 9 Cups, 7 of Cups, and 3 of Cups. You're going to be constantly celebrating your spiritual consequences that you made because you love yourself, and your cups are going to be overflowing. You're going to have great abundance coming in because you know what you have to offer for yourself on the inside to be able to produce more, to be able to offer to you on the outside. Okay, and that's all what the High Priestess is about, is understanding how spiritually inclined you are. Your faith is really coming in. This feminine energy, she knows the balance between emotions and land, dark and light, yes and no, right and wrong, what to do and what not to do, because she's holding the Torah, the first 5 books of our faith. Okay, she's very, very fruitful. In the Rider-Waite deck, there's 400 pomegranates behind her that King Solomon built and placed there, because the weight of the world is 400, and the weight of the world is on her shoulders, and she's able to balance them properly, and she understands that because she has the power of God within her. And that's really what's going to be instilling within you this 2022 season, Scorpio, and that's beautiful. Okay, that is beyond beautiful. Within that also is blooming your Empress energy, which we already talked about with the Moon and the Queens here as your mother's energy here. You are now going to be blooming and growing up out of this insecure, abandoned phase, these traumas that needed to be handled, to be able to understand how worthy you are, to never be mistreated again, to be able to celebrate yourself over and over in the worthiness that you are now inclined to brag about because of all the weakness that you could boast in, and the fact that this is what got you here. You don't want to set yourself up for failure anymore because you understand how you failed the first time. That is beautiful, Scorpio. My goodness. All right, Father. I'm going to get a sip here because I have a lot of air coming out of me. Did you guys hear that? Sheesh. Very long-winded today, but the Lord just wants to just spit so much out of me for you. So let's see when he's looking down at your chakras for 2022 and what he has planned for you, and give you some insight to really seeing, okay, how am I going to get to this High Priestess energy? How am I going to continue on to this Empress energy? And when that Empress comes in, so is that Emperor, okay? You're going to have the balance of feminine and masculine energies to restore both of your fortunes here, to be able to move on consistently, properly down this crooked path straightly, following God's light. Okay? Let go and let God do it by way of Jesus. Okay? You just need a little Jesus. All right, Lauren. So Scorpio chakras here. Yeah, okay, but I don't feel a release yet. Okay. Scorpio chakras here. Scorpio, Lauren. Oh, there it goes. Okay. All right. So let's see. This one flew out, but this was the stubborn one. So let's see this first one here. Yeah, okay, I absolutely love this card for you, actually, Scorpio, because this is reflected in your sacral chakra here. This is our second chakra. Comes after our root, our acceptance of who we are, I am. Sacral is where how we feel is held, and it's our energies of emotional, physical, pain, sexual, all of it. Before you unblock this and it goes up to activating and enlightening and illuminating, it goes to your solar plexus chakra. And your solar plexus chakra is how you're going to act, how you're going to do something about who you are and how you feel. Well, right now you're stuck in that sacral chakra. Your sacral chakra needs a lot of work to be able to sit there and understand how you feel. And by way of this energy coming in, it's accepting the truth, accepting what's hidden, what's in the shadows, the burdens, the dark, the trauma, the embers, everything that you are being able to be death and rebirthed from. Okay. Right now you're sitting here and you're like, okay, I know that I'm stuck because I want to leave it behind. Everything that behind me, the forest, the shadows, the darkness, all those icky little creatures in there. Then the moon is overpowering that fear. The moon is very, very manipulative over our water. And our water is our cups, our heart, our emotions. So you're sitting here like, I don't want to feel this way anymore, but God, I don't know which way to go. God, I don't know which way to go. If I turn around, I'm just going to get lost and cold and depressive again. But if I move forward, I'm afraid. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know which way to go. I don't know what else is new. I don't know how to do this. I don't know if these spiritual consequences in the past are going to lead me into something deeper, but I'm making the choice. I need to make the choice. So Lord, you tell me which way to go. I need to be able to understand which way to go. And a lot of when you are able to forgive and let those truths come to death surface and not be in you anymore, you're going to be able to sit there and you're just going to feel this photosynthesis of the heart and understand that, oh, okay, I kind of feel this way now, and this is how I want to act upon it. And, you know, you're going to want to make that choice. You're going to want to make that move. You're going to want to continue fueling yourself and understanding, okay, I left that behind because it was meant for me. Let's see this really stubborn card here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I love this too, because this is our crown chakra. So you're sitting at your 2 and you're sitting at your 7. And this crown chakra is just a little blocked because all of the rest of those chakras in between the sacral chakra to this. So let's have a little rundown really fast. Root is our red, sacral is our orange, solar plexus, our little solar panels inside of our tummy here, your gut instinct going off. It's trying to talk to you because God's trying to tell you, you need to listen, you need to go a different way. Our 4th chakra here is green. It is our heart. It is the most beautiful, most powerful. It is the nucleus of our soul. Okay, the 5 and 1. That blue is our throat chakra, the house of communication, and just accepting the truth and being able to tell ourselves the truth in the mirror and on the inside and to the heavens above. That violet there, indigo, I should really say, but, you know, in this deck, the crown is gray. So in this deck, the third eye is violet, and this third eye is to see clearly and to understand that what you're being shown is something that you need to look at differently because you weren't seeing it clearly the first time, right? You were lost, but now you're found. And then this crown chakra, which is the gray, is your know and your spirit and your soul. And look what's going on is that the Lord's telling you, when you decide which direction you want to move, if you follow me in this free will of yours, because you have the choice, okay, you do. What's going to happen is that your crown chakra is going to be earned because you're going to be learning in between your sacral chakra, your solar plexus chakra, your heart chakra, your throat chakra, and your third eye chakra, how to hold space. okay? And this is huge with ego death and spiritual awakening and being able to get rid of all that low toxic ions that we've already seen, right? It's huge because what's going to happen is that right now, these are your cups, these are your heart, and you're just like, nope, I put the lid on it. I don't want to let anything in it. This is mine. It's my sack lunch. I'm taking it everywhere with me. No one else can fuck with it. But here's the deal is that you are forgetting that you are allowing more energy to come in to be able to fruitfully bless you, to be able to fill it up and to be able to help you overflow it. Because what you're holding on to is keeping you down and below and stuck. Okay, you have to make room for other things and only hold so much space for it. Okay, you can't be partial to anything, because then it's just going to continue to bloom negatively, which is all these ions, these low toxic chemicals, these wands down here. Okay, you know that you're holding on to too much that's not good for you, and now you just don't know which direction to go, and it's almost like you're not ready to move on yet, because the bottom of the deck here is your solar plexus chakra. You're in this dissipation phase waiting for something to happen because you think that you're in control and like, oh, well, it's just going to come when I'm ready for it. Well, no, you have to ask for it. It's not just going to come and happen for you. And look at what's next is your heart chakra. So here you are following in line. You trump your sacral chakra and you figure out how you feel and you're able to accept those truths. This solar plexus chakra is finally going to act for you, and it's going to open up your heart chakra and help you grow. Okay, it's going to take the victimhood out of your heart here. And honey, you're only a victim because you fucking think that you're a victim. You've said that you're a victim and you agree that you're a victim. So if you're done acting like a victim, when are you going to tell yourself you're no longer a victim? Okay, because here you are in your root chakra, having to be able to accept more of who you truly are. 2111 there. No matter what, day or night, rain or shine, summer or fall, you will have this new sense of renewal because you will have wisdom inside of your heart instead of fear and abandonment and all of that power of Satan that the power of God had to ask, had to beg, had to have you come home to help you prune it all and to help you renew your heart here. It's hard because, you know, you're tricking yourself with this power of Satan, thinking that you are being rejected from everyone else, honey, but it only is going to move forward for you when you realize that that rejection is inside of you and you are rejecting yourself from moving on forward and positively and passionately, like we were already talking about in the previous part of this reading, okay? You have a last part of Scorpio here. Well, you're going to have an amazing year, Scorpio. And I mean, you have free will. You can do what you want. You can continue to be stuck in your low toxic bullshit and everyone else's that you surround yourself with. Or you can move on and become the fully high priestess, empress, emperor that you are, 2211. That you're holding yourself back from. That's what you're doing, is you're in these self-limiting behaviors because your sacral chakra. You feel as if you're unworthy. You feel that you're guilty. You feel that you're a victim and all this shit happened to you. Well, isn't that exactly what you're doing to yourself now? Oh, I'm allowing myself to be a victim. I'm allowing myself to not look in the mirror. Oh, I'm allowing myself to not grow forward. I'm allowing myself to have my ego and my pride and my haughtiness take over my trophies and what I'm fucking proud of, instead of just being vulnerable and saying, okay, God, I have a shitty ass heart and I need you to restore it for me. Wow. All right, Father. And outcome, victory for Scorpio here. The end of the year 2022 guidelines. Here we go. Look at this. The moon. The biggest thing he wants you to work on right now is balancing your emotions. And once you balance your emotions, because the moon is here again. Thank you, Father. Yep, he likes me telling you this. Gosh, come on, Lord. Just do it. Thank you. All right, so the moon is here once again. And so once you come to the truth and face the surface of what's really happened and face this, you know, forgiveness is going through me. Yeah, Jesus teaches forgiveness and step by step. Okay, take that one truth that really hurts you, that you allowed to happen by keeping yourself stuck there and not seeing what was really going on because you were holding space for the wrong things. Okay, face those truths head on and you'll be able to become friends with what gives you anxiety, what give you the cold and depressives. Okay, it's not what's meant for you because you have so much more to be offered to you, and you think that you're not worthy of it because the power of Satan has put these illusions of these ions in between your third eye and you're not able to see clearly. Okay, your mother's maternal trauma has to be healed with you too if you are getting this cycle breaker energy as well, and you know that you're strong enough to do it because it's already started to light that internal flame inside of you. Bottom of this deck, and then we're going to call it a reading. Yeah, look at that. Ace of Swords. It's time to come home to the truth for sure and accept the truth. And the truth is going to set you free, just like Jesus. And if not because of Jesus. And when Jesus sets you free, honey, you are free indeed. See you soon. Wounds into light. Love you.